Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a career reading, and you know, career readings on this channel, they may not be popular, but I know they're definitely needed because in this economy, like, come on now, who doesn't want to know about their career and how they can upgrade it? Because money's important, money's essential. So I felt the urge to do one. So today we have 4 piles. And as usual, I just like to take the time to say thank you to everyone who supports this channel, people who support me, and even my other channel, Awkward Confidence. If you are new here, I have another channel called Awkward Confidence. I just want to say massive thank you to all of you. Okay, I really do thoroughly appreciate you guys, and I notice you, and I'm really grateful. I need to start replying to people on Instagram in terms of comment section, because on YouTube, I do a good job at getting back to everyone, but on Instagram, yeah, I completely just dump all the readings and then I just dip. I don't really like go out of my way to really cater to that page. So I want to start replying to everyone, okay? And as usual, I like to bring this up as it is in conjunction with the brands that I'm working with. So if you guys are interested in crystals, whether you like wearing them, you find them pretty, or you like working with them, Otter Spirit is the go-to because Otter Spirit have charged crystals. So they have citrine, they have rose quartz, they have green jade, they have amethyst, they have black tourmaline, they have everything, okay, in the form of bracelets, necklaces, earrings, rings, you name it. I always have the same 3 ones that I always wear, and I wear these every single day. Green jade is really good for bringing in prosperity. Citrine is good for personal power and prosperity, and also just overall creativity. And rose quartz is very good for healing, self-love, and attracting love. Now, I don't promote random brands if I don't believe in them. I'm very selective with who I work with, but I can attest that it's been working wonders for me. So with that being said, feel free to purchase some and use my code Gemini EM20 for a discount because Lord in this economy, okay? And other than that, you guys know the drill. I love these roses. I'm always going to be promoting these roses. They smell divine. And on top of that, they last up to a year. So if you guys are just like me and you love flowers, or you know somebody loves flowers, you're looking for the perfect birthday gift, the perfect gift in general, whether it be for Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, you name it, these are your go-to. These come all the way from New York. And this is Rose Forever brand. They come in different colors and different sizes. They can even come in square boxes. I just preferred the circle. If you guys are interested in this, feel free to click on the link down below and use my code Gemini20 for a discount, okay? $20 off. So with that being said, pile selection starts now at 2 minutes and 55 seconds. We have only 4 piles. So pile 1 is trust. Pile 2 is take action. Pile 3 is remain positive. And pile 4 is listen to your intuition. It's so hilarious. I'm actually listening to another tarot reader as I'm doing my tarot because I was in the middle of listening because I have yet to catch up on a lot of tarot readers, but in the process of it, I'm like, wait a second, I need to finish the reading that I was meant to do. I get distracted. ADHD. Okay, so pile 1 is 3 minutes and 33 seconds. 333 synchronicity. Okay, so some of you guys may be doing self-employment, business related stuff, or creative stuff, right? Not everyone, but some of you guys. Okay, we have trust. Okay, so what do you need to know about your career? We have shedding, reducing losses, elimination, and completing a new metamorphosis. Time to set higher goals. Okay, we have the Seeds of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And then we have the bear and the cedar, which is leadership. And then we have September. So this is Libra and Virgo energy. I don't know why I'm hearing, I'm always there when you call. Sorry, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. So you guys, if you work for someone, like you could be someone who's very punctual, but then when it comes to people getting in touch with you, it may be very hard, okay? We have Capricorn. Okay, so we have Emperor, which is Aries energy. So that's Aries. Wait, why did I just repeat myself? Yeah, it's Aries energy, fire energy. Then we have air sign energy with the 8 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the 5 of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Then we have the 6 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have more water sign energy with the 3 of Cups. So five 5 cards, I didn't even realize. Okay. Okay, so what's going on with career? Okay, I don't know if you guys are in any leadership position, because if you're not, Spirit is trying to say that this is your calling. You're meant to be in a leadership position in your life, whether it be through self-employment or whether it be moving up the social ladder. That's where your calling is meant to be. That's where you're meant to eventually end up in life. But I'm very cautious when I say things like that, because just because a tarot reader says, okay, you're destined to be a leader, you're destined to be a CEO of a company, you're destined to have a really successful business, it doesn't mean we can sit around and do nothing. If anything, that should add as extra fuel to get your shit together. So that's coming through for some people. In terms of the workplace that you're currently at, some of you guys may feel like a little bit dismissed, a little bit undermined, feeling that maybe it served a purpose at some point, but maybe it's not going to serve a purpose long down the line. Some of you guys have experienced disappointment or fear of disappointing. You guys may really be in your head majority of the time. You are a team player, but you may be in your head most of the time, and you may feel like relying on other people is hard, because you may feel like people are just hard to rely on in general, or people just let you down in general. So you may be looking to do something solo, something that you can actually call your own. But with the 8 of Swords here, you may be worried about making a start. You may be feeling like maybe it's not worth starting, or maybe it's something that you feel like you can't thrive in. Okay, if you have been trying to start a business by yourself and you feel like you're not having any luck, Spirit is trying to say that you have more success when you connect with people, when you network with people. Now, it took me a while for me to realize things like this, because I myself, contrary to having a channel, contrary to doing a lot of extroverted hobbies like music and dance and whatnot, and being on YouTube, I actually am very reserved in real life. I'm someone who doesn't go out of my way to talk to people. I prefer my own company, my own space, and I'm someone who gets drained easily, so I don't really like conversations. I don't know how to hold a conversation, so sometimes I just ask a bunch of questions and just hope that that's enough to keep the conversation going. So with me personally, because of how introverted I am, it's also ruined a lot of opportunities for me. I know I'd be a lot further in life if I was more extroverted, if I was more social. I know that I would be way, way ahead, okay, than I am today if I had just developed some level of extroverted personality traits. But I suck at it. And it's just hard, you know, because some people, like, they genuinely go out their way to talk to me, and then I'm like, like, what do I say? Like, I don't even know. Like, I come across as someone who I don't really know how to like network with people, you know. And even when it comes to music, like, yeah, I've done collabs, but not many, you know. I feel like I've only done collabs with people who I feel like, okay, like, it's been a long enough time for me to feel comfortable around you, so let's do this, you know. But yeah, I just feel like my reserved nature and my introvertedness has ruined a lot of opportunities. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you guys, you would be a lot further ahead if you are very good at networking. Because if you are starting a business and you have the network, you have the platform, you have the people who are willing to support you, you're keeping in touch with everyone, they're going to support your business, hands down. Especially if you do something online or you promote something online, everyone's going to get your back. Everyone's going to have your back and support you. But if you're someone who's a one-man island or one-woman island and you keep to yourself, yeah, you're not going to have much luck people supporting you, okay? Similar to me, like, I may have this channel, but I put on this persona that, yeah, I can talk in front of a camera. Yeah, you know, I'm a teacher, so I'm able to, like, speak to multiple people at once with confidence, right? But when it comes to one-on-one interactions, I'm very awkward. Very, very awkward. I don't know what to say, and I freeze up, and I have anxiety, and I'm just hoping the thing ends, okay? So honestly, network, because that's what's going to really help your business or your future business, if you're thinking of starting one, really catapult, okay? Because you guys, honestly, I'm seeing that there's potential in you to take leadership, whether it mean like elevating through your workplace or whether it be like actually starting your own business, because we have leadership here. You guys do have leadership qualities, and it may seem hard to believe if you are someone who people don't really listen to, people don't really take you seriously, people don't recognize the leadership qualities you have. It's just a matter of tapping into that untapped potential, but you have to network. You have to network. And don't be afraid to take up space, okay? Because we do have Capricorn. So you guys, your work ethic is unmatched. You hustle, you grind, and it's good. You have the skill set. You just need to refine things a little. But it's a matter of network. That's really what's going to catapult you. When you see lots of people who are flourishing in life, they networked with the right people, and that's all it takes. So saying yes to invites, making yourself known, having conversations, keeping in touch, supporting from a distance, like, and not being afraid to ask for that support and be like, hey, I have this business coming out, it would mean a lot to me if you could do this. All sorts of things like that. Okay, we do have September, so some of you guys, you could be born in September, or something will be happening around September time. If you guys are unemployed, do expect a job offer by September time. You will already have a job in September. But for others of you, this is more of a case of businesses actually picking up around this time. So if you start now, it'll peak, it will start to pick up at least September time. And if you are working for someone now currently, then it's around September time is when your boss is going to start to see your potential in growth, you know, so that may lead to an elevation of position. But some of you guys have faced a lot of disappointments in your career. You may be feeling like a lack of finances, or living paycheck to paycheck, or just being disappointed in the lack of growth of your business if you have one, okay? But this will thrive a lot quicker if you have a community of people. So please do join communities, see what works out for you. And I don't mean just put yourself out there in general, or just do a bunch of like very extroverted things randomly. If your heart is called to something, give it a go. If you feel like it resonates with you and you feel great and you make a bunch of friends and you talk to different people, then that's the start. That's a start of the alignment, okay? Because I do feel like if you go down this route, you'll be very successful, okay? The Six of Wands and the Emperor, this is well-respected energy. So what your advice is to see the seeds of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So you have it in you. Even other people, whether you believe it or not, see it in you, whether it's your co-workers, your friends, people online, whatever it may be. People see this in you. They see this leader in you, but you may doubt yourself. You may feel like, oh, you know, no one listens to me, or whatever it may be. You need to take up space, okay? You need to believe in yourself, okay? Some of you guys are fairly grounded. You're fairly fine. But it's just a matter of like taking it to the next step, because we do have shedding, we're reducing losses, elimination, and completing a new metamorphosis. It's time to set higher goals. So you've got to set higher goals for yourself. You may feel like you're not at where you are wanting to be in life, career-wise, but you'd be surprised that many people really want to be in your shoes. Many people feel like, oh, I wish I was where Pal 1 was at, and you'd be surprised. So it's a matter of setting higher goals for yourself and knowing that you can achieve them, and refining your skills, doing things with a lot more professionalism, okay? But your advice is to trust, and trust in yourself. Some of these career things take like leaps of faith, but it's better to try and then see how things go than to never try, right? So in terms of your actual finances and how you're handling that, you guys need to budget well, in a sense that buying things, purchasing things, investing in things that are actually needed rather than just wanted, okay? Some of you guys are very good at manifesting abundance, creating abundance anyway, but you're still being asked to not go all out, you know, not necessarily be frugal, but just be responsible with how you do spend. But I'm not getting that it's been a problem, but maybe you guys are desiring more money, you know, in general. So I feel like if you go down this route of networking with the right people, you'll be able to pick on things, okay? Some of you guys may be a little bit on the, I'm fine, I got it, like independent street, that you may not ask for help, but it's saying that the support is needed and is beneficial to network so you can get that support. I mean, the time started at 333, so that could be a sign, okay? But that's what I'm getting for pile number 1. I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Thank you guys so much for, where is my thing? Where is my... Very strange. I'm just going to have to leave this here. Thank you guys so much for requesting a reading. Did I say requesting a reading? Thank you guys so much for watching. Where's my brain going? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much. Pile 2 is at 14 minutes and 30 seconds. You guys chose Take Action. I can't actually find my deck, so I'm going to pause this and find it. Sorry guys. So we have the fruits of labor. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor. Become rich. Rich gain is here. Okay. We have jump in, Andromedian energy, adventure, say yes to change. Then we have the Cayman and the Poppy, which is dreams. We have loyalty. We have November. Then we have from Tarot, Four of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth sign energy. We have the Six of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the King of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have the Tower, which is Aries, Scorpio energy, which is fire and water. Okay, so what do you need to know about your finances? Okay, you guys, all right. Some of you guys have been a bit frugal with how you spend your money, which in my opinion, I feel like that's responsible. For someone like me who overspends, I feel like it's actually very financially smart to be frugal. So some of you guys have been penny pinching. Some of you could be living paycheck to paycheck, and it may be like having an impact on like whether your stress levels are there, thinking like, oh my God, like, do I have enough for the next month? Like, I can't live life like this. How do I change this situation? Some of you guys really want an increase in job because there are bigger purchases that are needing to be made. So you're just thinking like, when are my finances going to increase? Will I get a better position, or what can I do? And here's the thing, very different to part number one. I feel like you guys are a lot happier working for someone but just wanting a high position, and eventually one day just being able to be financially free. You may not be so worried about the whole business element of things, and if you are watching this and you're like, no, I'm trying to start a business, you can. In fact, you're being highly encouraged to do so, you know. But don't rely too much on, I need to get to this position in this workplace, you know, because when you work for someone, it's up to them to decide whether you make it or not. Some people can even fabricate stuff that kind of prevent you from getting where you need to be. Some people can feel threatened by it. You know, there's too much politics in workplaces sometimes, even if it's hidden, right? Whereas if you have a business, that's solely dependent on yourself, okay? So if you are wanting more money and you're secure with the job that you have and you're hoping for a raise, please do what you can to do to earn that raise, but just understand it won't be promised to you. However, if you are to pick up on a side hustle, which in this day and age, we're actually moving towards that kind of world we live in where it is essential to do so, you're being highly supported in that, okay, in the 5D, okay? So with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you guys have been a bit frugal with your finances, but it's because you're being smart with what you put your time and energy and money into, okay? I feel like the foundations of how you've been doing things, how you've been budgeting, how you've been doing your work will be crumbling very soon. Okay, so maybe you're from the generation where like, oh, you have to become a doctor, or you have to become a lawyer, you have to do a certain job to earn a certain amount and live comfortably. But you guys could be realizing or getting rid of that belief and realizing, no, like, that hits a glass ceiling. I want limitless amount of money, so therefore I'm gonna have to do something new, and that could involve starting a new business or taking up a new job offer where there's more money instead of being stagnant where you're at. Some of you guys have been working in the same place for a long time and there hasn't been any progression whatsoever. You've just stayed there, and you may wonder to yourself, okay, I can't live life like this. Like, yes, I'm financially literate. I'm smart enough to know what to spend and what not to spend, and still have enough money to take care of myself. But it's not enough. It feels like I have to be too frugal, and that's not a way to live. That's just surviving. So, expect change in your finances and in your job. But if you guys have been unemployed, for example, do expect a new change in job. We do have jump in, so Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So some of you, I'm picking up, some of you may have been fired at some point or left. However, there will be changes in your finances. So not only will you be replacing that job that you once did with a better one, but I feel like the pay is going to increase. So this is like a abrupt change. And it's a favorable abrupt change because the Tower card represents unexpected change. So it is an unexpected change, but it's a good unexpected change, okay? With the loyalty, some of you guys have been working at the same place for such a long time and like there hasn't been much difference. So, you know, if you do the same thing expecting a different result, sometimes it can equate to madness. So there needs to be some sort of change, some sort of shift, because there's a bit of stagnancy and you're wondering, okay, does life have to be this mundane? Earning the same amount of money, doing the same thing? Like, what is this? I'm not a robot, I'm a human being, right? So expect change around November time. That's when things are going to pick up. And some of you are like, oh my God, like November, that's so long. Honey, I don't make the rules, okay? Like, that's just what's coming up, okay? Some of you guys have big goals and big dreams with the dreams card here, and you may feel like, okay, I want to take my career to the next level. I want to earn more. I want to be able to do more. I want more exposure. I want this. I wanted that, you know? But you're going to have to do something different to get something different. If you've been doing the same thing, doing it in the same exact way for a long time, it's going to stay the same. So there needs to be some sort of difference, okay? And that difference could literally start with starting up a side hustle, promoting a side hustle, or even just taking up a new job offer, you know, and feeling like you don't always have to stay in the same place, okay? But regardless, whatever work you have been investing and whatever prayers you have been praying to God, God has been listening, and expect a change in abundance. So do understand the fruits of your labor will be accounted for, compensated for, but that's when you make that new gradual shift, that new gradual change, okay? This change may even happen as you're leaving a job or as you're starting a new business, okay? In terms of your actual money, yeah, I'm just seeing that you guys have been very frugal with how you spend, but that's going to change. You won't have to be frugal very soon. But it requires you to take action, and that's your advice, to take action when it comes to these things. So don't be one of those people who are like, oh, I want to have this kind of business, or I want to make this, I want to do this. Like, don't just talk about it, be about it, you know? Actually put effort into making these visualizations come to life, because you can. Don't wait for people to support you, just start, and then the right people will start to support you, okay? I want to see if there's anything else. You guys have been moving strategically with the King of Swords, which is good. Some of you guys have been saving a lot of money, which is really good. Continue to do so, because you never know when you'll have an unexpected bill, but you've been saving up money, and that's fab, okay? Is there anything else they need to know about their career? If you guys have been thinking about giving up on something, don't. We have the 10 of Cups. This is going to be your ultimate happiness. You're going to feel secure. Some of you guys, your finances may increase because you're going to get married, or you're going to join a relationship. And you know, what more is better than having more than one income, you know, having two or more, right? So you guys are going to be hustling and grinding. Maybe you guys want a family, or you're just set to get married, or you're saving up money so that you can get married. Maybe some of you guys want to buy a ring. Maybe you guys want to have a nice wedding. Whatever it may be. Maybe you guys owe dowry. Who knows? Okay. But the fact is, I feel like that you joining forces with the right person is what's going to get to this state of increase in finances. So I feel like you're also going to be someone who's going to be like-minded. But yeah, expect these changes around November time. So between now and November. But that's what I'm getting, really. Just say yes to change, and pay attention to your emails and your phone calls, because you may be offered new opportunities. And that's basically God's way of saying, you've been patient. Let's be ready for change, okay? But that's ultimately what I'm getting. I'm going to move to the next pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99, okay? So pile 3, 23 minutes and 10 seconds. You guys chose remain positive. We have surprise. An unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for change. We have portal, doors are opening, you decide. Rewards, wild card. Then we have the trout and the lily of the valley, which is purification. Then we have organized. In the back we have green eyes. And then we have I like you. Then we have the 9 of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we have the Fool card, which is Aries energy. Then we have 9 of Pentacles, which is Earth sign energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then we have the Queen of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I'm hearing, I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Okay, so guys, in terms of your career, what you want wants you. What you're seeking is actually seeking you. But there's something that needs to change within you in order for you to achieve it. So for some of you, if it's something online, or like it's like giving influencer, whatever it may be, we do have purification here. So there needs to be some sort of change, or maybe you are already going through this internal change within yourself that's preparing you for these big changes, okay? But there's a saying, I don't know if this is an Arabic saying or if this is like Islamic saying, because I remember hearing this as a kid, right? from my dad, right? If you, some of you guys who are new here, my mom is Catholic, my dad is Muslim. I've grown up with both beliefs, so I'm kind of a bit like, it's drilled in me, okay? Even though I'm not really religious, but it's like, God won't change your situation until you change what's within. So say for example, if you want a successful business, or maybe you're doing something online, or I don't know, like, let me use this as an example because I see podcasts everywhere. Everybody these days, everyone has a mic, okay? However, it's very popular and therefore competitive, or whatever it may be, you know? There's something within you that needs to change in order to see that success. So say for example, if you have one, or you have a business online and it's really good, it's fairly decent, but it doesn't get the exposure it deserves, or something like that, or you haven't been monetized by YouTube, whatever it may be. There's something that needs to change within yourself in order to access the level of view. So for example, we live in a very shallow society. Maybe it requires going through a certain glow up, or a certain, like, okay, this is my theme, this is my aesthetic, or a certain je ne sais quoi, like, this is the way I want to do things now, this is my thing, this is like, I'm branding this as mine. Or maybe it's like, okay, I need to touch upon taboo subjects, or I need to touch upon things that are more relatable, whatever it may be, right? There's something within you that needs to change. So maybe if you're like very like shy and reserved, you need to be a bit more expressive, more open. Or maybe if you're like, okay, well, I'm a little bit more inconsistent with my uploads, so I need to be more consistent with my uploads. There's something within you that needs to change. Or maybe it's like, okay, I'm good at networking and connecting with different people for my podcast, but maybe you need to be more expressive and open to connect with different types of people. So even people that maybe you wouldn't really, you know, gel with. So that regardless of what you're doing, whether it's a business, whether it's working for someone, whether it's just normal employment, right? There's something that needs to be changing within you in order to reach this level of success, okay? We do have organized. So some of you, the change is being organized, is structure, okay? Because if you're disorganized and your mind is all over the place and you're trying to make a business, or you're trying to really hustle at work and make it to the next position in life, or for some of you who are unemployed, you're really trying to get that job to come in, but it's not coming in for whatever reason. If you have a structure and you're disciplined and you stick to it, no one can sidetrack you. Everything else is going to fall into place and alignment. Because in the back, we do have green eyes, and that can also signify jealousy. Sometimes people can be throwing curveballs, throwing some sort of negative energy at your plans, especially if you're open about it. But if you have a concrete structure, and say, for example, you do like really protection, affirmations, prayers even, or rituals, whatever you guys believe in, then you need to make that consistent so that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Is that from the Bible? I don't know. But it's that, you know, so there's a need to be more structured and more organized. If you are unemployed, there's a need to pick up on experience. And I know what you're thinking, okay, but I need experience, so therefore I need to apply for a job, but then without experience, I can't get the job. Okay, you're being guided to do more research and volunteer more, and not just like, hey, like, do you guys have any vacancies, or can I volunteer? Like, you just need to show up to a place often and, you know, pick up on that experience, and then eventually be like, hey, you know, I'm open to volunteering after being there for a while, so that you familiarized yourself a lot. And then eventually you guys can gain even more experience, and then with time they'll probably most likely offer you the job. Demonstrate your skills well, be more open, be more willing to take up space I'm getting when it comes to seeking that employment. And also, some of you need to know that if you are unemployed and you've been applying for jobs and you're not getting them, just know that you're not the problem. This is actually very common than you think, especially for people who are younger than me, or even my age. This is very common. But some of the jobs that you guys have applied to, you don't realize that you're being protected from a toxic work environment, because I'm just seeing here that there's been like someone, I can imagine someone getting into the job and being isolated, being made to feel less than, and then you feeling like you have to stick in it because, well, there's no money, like some money is better than no money, but then you end up tolerating workplace abuse, you know? So some of you guys are being protected from that, okay? And I'm also getting some of you guys are being protected from humiliation, and that's why you've been rejected with certain jobs, okay? But you will attain the job that you're looking for. It just requires consistency, patience, and honestly, just volunteer a lot more. Demonstrate your skills. Don't look at yourself as like, oh, what do I know? Like, I'm just here. Like, I don't know much. Like, no, talk your shit and move with confidence, okay? But for others of you, if it's business related, yeah, you need structure. You need it. You need it. And for some of you, also pouring into how you look. Again, it's not coming from me, I promise you. It's more like this society. It's very shallow, but sometimes you've got to play the game to get to where you need to be, okay? You need to, some of you guys are likable characters. You guys are like a breath of fresh air to be around. But some people are not aware of this character because you may keep it to yourself. Because we do have I like you. So you need to be more likable and charismatic by just being more of yourself. You don't have to present yourself to be one way. Just being yourself is enough. But making sure that you can still be within accordance to the place you're working in or the business you're trying to start. Making sure it doesn't ruin your brand. So we do have the Queen of Wands. So this is like a woman who's very independent but also very attractive. So whether you're a man or a woman, it's like having this attractive aura, but knowing that you're also protected, okay? And being able to really believe in yourself and invest in yourself, okay? Some of you guys, if you want to become models, if you want to do something that requires where you are the brand or you are the product or whatever it may be, there's a need to invest. So making sure you're consistent with your diet meals, with your workout regime, your skincare regime, hair care regime, whatever it may be, okay? But we do have the 9 of Pentacles. So you guys will be moving to a place of stability, but it's not going to be easy though. I feel like you guys are going to do a lot of shadow work and you're going to be working on yourself. But this will come with evil eye. We do have green eyes in the back. And this will come with people feeling intimidated by you, wanting to knock you off your path. But you don't fall into that, okay? Shine anyway. Just be yourself. And I know it's such a cliche, but you've got to be yourself. But in terms of actual finances, you guys are stable. But maybe perhaps you just think, okay, I just want to know, will I get more? Will I be more successful? Will I have something? You will. But you need to take more risks. With the Fool card, this is a matter of like, I don't know what to expect, but I'm willing to take the risk. There needs to be more of that Aries energy, that cardinal energy, like, you know what, let's go for it. Because it's funny because I'm getting you guys being invited to go somewhere and meeting the right people, connecting with the right people, and then lo and behold, that those people you meet actually take you to where you need to be financially and in your career, okay? So you're going to be presented with an opportunity by the universe. We do have portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. So you guys are going to be offered an opportunity in career, and it's going to actually catapult you to where you need to be, but this is going to require internal change, okay? There needs to be a building of your confidence, okay? And commanding a room. We do have surprise though, so unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for change. So I do sense there's going to be a big change, but it's a positive one, but it requires going out and meeting the right people that are going to connect you to where you need to be. For some of you who've been struggling financially, I do see that this is going to be rapidly getting better, but I'm getting it's between now and February. I know that sounds like a long time. I heard that, so I just went with it. Between now and February. I know that you may feel like, but that's a long time, that's like next year, but there is a need to like be patient. And I know that's such a cliche because I don't want to be the person to say that, but that's what's coming through. But you're being asked to remain positive, okay? And I know it's so hard to be positive because I don't want to be like one of those people who are out of touch of reality, like, oh, it's easy for you to say, you're not in this position, you know? I can only go by what I'm picking up, okay? So you're being asked to remain positive because things are going to be changing, okay? I'm paying attention to the little sunflower here, so things will be looking up for you too. So don't even worry, okay? Especially if you have been seeing the signs and synchronicities like 111, 888, things like that, okay? But there will be a lot more purification that's needed within yourself. So you will be going through some changes, good or bad, okay? I have to warn you, that kind of catapult you to where you need to be. But in terms of your actual finances, yes, they will be picking up between now and February. So you may feel like, oh, that's a long time, but it's just within that time span. It could even be next week, who knows? But it's going to be different for everyone, okay? But yeah, there's a need to refine your skills and not lose track of them so that you're able to be given this opportunity, okay? There's something about alignment and your birth chart coming through. So depending on what you have in your birth chart, again, I'm not really so much into astrology. I mean, I love astrology, let's not get it twisted, but I don't understand each and everything about it. I'm not one of those people like, my house is in this and my Uranus is in, I don't even know, Trafalgar Square. I don't even know, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the terminology behind that in depth. But what I do know is there's something to do with your birth chart that's going to help align for when you're able to attain success or financial increase. In general, I do like to listen to subliminals, especially subliminal music that is about manifesting money. I highly recommend QT subliminals because it works well for me. Anytime I feel like, oh, I'm in need of some moolah, I just be listening to her, and then boom, I'm not really focused on it. I'm detached from it. I like the way it sounds, and then a week or two later, even a few days later, sometimes a day later, boom, abundance. So it just depends, okay? But I highly recommend her readings. So not her readings, her subliminals. Sorry about that, because they work wonders. But that's what I'm getting: patience, structure, and networking. Okay, but that's what I'm getting for pile number 3. Stability is yours, increase is yours. Okay, gonna move on to the last pile. Pile 4 is 35 55. You guys chose listen to your intuition. We have duality. Do not forget about the dual nature of people. Don't lose your vigilance. We have your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. We have the salamander and the black pepper, inspiration. This is giving like the heart of a creative. Some of you may have lost a job recently, or some of you guys have been struggling to find a job. Not everyone, but some people. We have the porcupine and the anemone, which is boundaries. We have manifestation. We have next year. We have the devil, which is Capricorn energy, earth energy. We have the wild card, which is Sagittarius energy, fire energy. Then we have more fire with the page and the king of wands. Ooh, Aries or Sagittarius. This is giving progression, and it's fast, rapid progression. So some of you guys may be in the page of wands phase. Some of you guys could be unemployed, and if you're not, like you feel like, okay, you feel like at beginning level, there's so much for you to know, or there's so much for you to pick up in your career and improve in your career. But I see you guys rapidly improving. Okay, some of you guys, I'm getting creative vibes. So some of you guys could have also lost a job as well, and you may feel like, is it going to get better from now? But for some reason, you're being redirected, and you're going to get another job in no time. But there's something about next year coming through, so you guys could rapidly like improve and increase in your finances even more by next year. Because I'm getting a vibe where you start something with the page of wands and people are admiring for you, like you're a rookie, and then all of a sudden, rapid change, king of wands, like elevation, okay? When it comes to your actual finances, I feel like they're going to be looking really beautiful next year. This year, I'm not gonna lie, it just seems to be a little bit of like, you know, getting by, and I don't want to be the person to deliver that message. I'm just gonna be honest. Your finances just look very like, yeah, they're pretty much staying the same as they are, whether they're good or bad. That's just what's coming. But I see a rapid influx, a rapid increase next year. Okay. And it doesn't have to be like exactly a year, like as in like now in July, so it's going to look better in next July. I just mean like next year, as in like from 2016. Sorry, 2026. Why am I saying 2016? Why am I stuck in the wrong time zone? Some of you guys may need to travel for work. Like you may need to actually travel far for work. But I see you hustling and grinding. Ooh. Yeah, because the things that you're trying to manifest and bring in for yourself in your career are finally going to be making a come in by next year. So you should be absolutely ecstatic. So that everything you've been trying to manifest, some of you guys may even buy your first home or get into a mortgage or just do something like really grand. Maybe you can get yourself a nice car by next year. But this requires focus because we have boundaries. Some of you guys are setting boundaries with people. Like you're trying to save up on your money too. Like you're like, okay, I can't hang out today. Are you paying for everything? Unless you're paying for everything, I can't hang out today. Or I don't want to eat out, or I don't want to order food. Let's go cook today. Or sorry, I'm really busy. I'm with work. And I'm not letting anyone distract me until I finish what I'm doing because money is important. Or maybe you're getting opportunities and you're like, okay, I don't want to be sidetracked. Let me focus on my job instead of like hitting everyone up and hanging out with everyone. I need, like, there's some sort of like discipline that's needed, okay? I see you guys taking a lot more inspiration from people who you can really benefit from, okay? This is giving more business for some of you, especially my creatives. But we do have duality here, so whether this is in the workplace or whether this is just people who do the same thing, line of work as you, especially if you are creative, be cautious because some people are fickle. Okay, we do have don't lose your vigilance. You may have people who are going to try and come towards you, use you either as inspiration or use you for your source, your methods, thinking how do you do that, or just use you for clout, use you for resources, use you for money, use you for something. So just be cautious because you may be trying to work on yourself and be self-disciplined, but you may people who want to be your friend and benefit off of you. Maybe even relationship for some of you. But your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So Spirit wants to let you know, like, this is your life. You don't have to go down the what is expected of you route. You can do things your own way, okay? But you will be getting everything you're manifesting by next year, okay? So that's something to be really ecstatic about. But you're being asked to follow your intuition. So if you feel the urge to start something, to move towards something, like you feel like you really resonate with something and you're like, yeah, like I'm being chosen to go here, I'm feeling like drawn to go here, then follow it. Follow your gut because it's going to lead you to somewhere else. Like if you get a DM like, oh, you know, we're inviting people to do this, and you're not really an outy person, but you're like, you know what, I feel an urge to go here, let's do it. You may end up meeting the right people that actually take you to where you need to be. But also be cautious of people because, you know, some people are just meant to serve a purpose to take you where you need to be from A to B, and that's it. They're not there to like stay forever. So just keep that in mind. For some of you in your workplace, you could have people who are a little bit threatened by you. So you're being asked to just focus on your skills, focus on yourself, focus on your work instead of the connections you're making. But yeah, you guys you're remaining focused. Hustling, grinding. Expect a lot of recognition and people actually giving you your flowers. I got that for power number 1, but I forgot to mention in power number 1 that people will be giving them their flowers. Yeah, you guys are going to get random inspiration to take your career to the next level. But in terms of your finances, it's going to honestly just be staying this way until the end of the year. If I'm going to be completely honest, like it's just going to be you hustling, you grinding. You may get more money here, out, and there. Like, you know, I highly recommend QT Subliminals for that. But because her subliminals work really well, okay? But regardless, even so, like the price of everything you still need to pay is still going to be the same. So this is a matter of hustling and grinding, okay? And knowing when to take that rest. But everything you're trying to manifest is coming into fruition, so that's really good. But you're being advised to trust your intuition, to make those big risks, to take those changes, to take that opportunity. So some of you may feel like, I feel an urge to reach out to these people. I feel an urge to check my email. I feel an urge to do this. Like, go for that because you're going to be finding unexpected good news. But that's what I'm getting. I just see you guys elevating. So if you guys are thinking of starting a business, if you focus on it now, see it take off by next year. You will go from a page to a king, not even a page to a knight to a king, but a page straight to a king. So you're being advised, okay? But yeah, as you are climbing up the social ladder, do be aware that some people are fickle. So just be vigilant of that. But honestly, that's all I'm getting. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, all you've got to do is just email me. If you would like to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. And let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm exhausted because I'm actually doing this as my children are asleep and I'm like struggling, okay? But that's all I've got. I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Bye.